If your adult child suddenly talks like the toxic parent, also maybe your ex, if they react like them, they blame like them, or maybe they're using the same emotional tactics that you once survived, I want you to hear something. I want you to know that you're not imagining it. It is real. You're also not overreacting, and you're not causing it. I hear this a lot with divorced moms who are saying, my son or my daughter are acting literally just like the man I divorced. So if that's you and you're witnessing what psychologists call the mirror effect, it's a pattern where adult kids will unconsciously repeat the behaviors of the parent who carried the loudest emotional influence. Think about that. And for some of you, that parent was your ex. And for others, it was the parent inside the home. Either way, I want to show you why your child is acting like a mirror image of that toxic parent and how you can finally protect your own heart. So today I have 4 points for you. Let's dive right in. Number one is they absorb the loudest emotional influence, right? Whether this was your ex or your current spouse, or even someone else in their life, maybe even a sibling, but usually it's a parent. So whether that toxic parent was either of those, or maybe it's someone you're still married to, or someone who simply dominated the atmosphere in your home, your son or daughter absorbs their patterns as a child. So children who copy their parents, it's usually the one who takes up the most emotional space. They might be louder. They control the mood of the home. You hear this all the time. I know what dad's going to be like by the way he walks in through the door. I know the first word out of his mouth. I know what the mood's going to be, how the mood's going to be set in the home. That's someone who reacts the biggest, who demands the most attention, who created the most instability, not stability, but instability. You know, this becomes like an internal blueprint, even if you were the loving, steady, safe parent. This is their blueprint. They're trying to literally emotionally survive someone they're living with. As an adult, they can feel threatened or stressed or insecure. They'll pull from what was modeled more intensely, that negativity. They don't necessarily pull towards what was healthiest, which is what most of us would think would be logical. But that explains why their tone, their accusations, their reactions, you could say, wow, that was deja vu. That sounds just like my husband or my ex. It's not necessarily their personality. It's like imprinting, if this is what you grew up with. Number two is aligning with that toxic parent. When you align with a toxic parent, that more than likely felt safer emotionally to them. So whether that was your ex or someone who's still there, that could be why they have learned, in such an early age, siding with them kept life calmer. Like I didn't have to tiptoe around to figure out what kind of mood he was going to be in. I just knew how to operate. I learned, it's a blueprint. I knew what to do next. But that emotional safety for many kids could look like agreeing to avoid consequences. I'm just going to agree with what he said because then the conversation's over. Even if I didn't do it or it didn't happen the way, the reality of the situation, I'm just going to stay quiet. I don't want conflict. Let's avoid conflict. Let's please that toxic person, that toxic parent. We don't want emotional explosions, so let's avoid them. Does this sound familiar? They also take their side for self-protection. And so it almost becomes a survival strategy, which is a pattern, the blueprint, all of this. So even if that parent hurt them, confused them, or made the home not very stabilized. So when your child slips into these types of behaviors, they're not choosing the other parent over you. Sometimes it's the safest emotional choice. For those of you moms that are navigating situations with your kids, if you're interested in being a caller on my new Sally Harris show, which is coming in 2026, I'm featuring real moms, real stories, and real healing as we walk through estrangement, boundaries, rebuilding peace, all of these things. If you would like to volunteer for a voice-only coaching session, it will be posted on YouTube, so keep that in mind if you're interested. If you're not, it's totally fine, but just know that before you apply. You can email us at team@sally-harris.com. You will not be on video. Your name will not be used, nor will your children's name be used, but just your voice, just your voice. If you prefer guidance privately, you can book the heart-to-heart consultation. If you're not ready to share that publicly, totally understand, but you want support and you want to figure out if one-on-one or group coaching might be best for you, that's what that call is designed for. So we can explore what kind of support will serve you best. The link for that will be in the show notes and in the description below. Number 3, is there repeating trauma that never healed? How many of us have trauma that never healed and we're operating out of it every day? So whether in this case, the toxic parent, whoever that is still involved in their life, your child witnessed more than you realized, right? They absorb all of that. It might not be healed yet. They absorb the manipulation from that person, also how they responded to that person, the moods, how they shift, ebb and flow, the rewriting of history, the blame, the shame. All of these things are things that our kids could still be carrying. And this is why emotional withdrawal is so prevalent. When we have the blame, the shame, and the guilt, it's easier to walk away. We walk away from the chaos. And even if they hated those behaviors and maybe they complained about them, they talked to you about them, this was the script that they memorized. This is how they operate. We all have an emotion that we go to when we're upset or scared. But now when they're overwhelmed or triggered, they replay what they lived through, not because it's right or they want it, but it's what they know. So it's a reprogramming. They literally need to do the work to reprogram all of that and create a new story to the reality of what it was. So this isn't necessarily intentional cruelty by anyone. These are just behaviors that they're picking up from their fathers, or in some case, mothers. It's trauma, which is just being shown through their behavior. And lastly, number 4, breaking the cycle. You know, that other toxic parent may never change, and you can't control that. But you can end it. You can end this generational pattern, even if your spouse, your ex, or whoever that is, never takes responsibility. But you break that cycle by choosing differently than the environment that shaped your child. Your kids need to see you in a healthy place. That's the first step in interrupting a pattern. Refuse to participate in chaos, even with them. They may be the one bringing it on, but you need to refuse to participate. Stop defending yourself. Stay calm. When they escalate, you don't match it. I want you to step away from manipulation. You have to be able to see it before you can step away from it. Stop trying to fix something that someone else created. And in order to do that, you have to prioritize your own peace and your own healing, because you cannot control the behaviors that your kids learned from another parent. But you can choose not to mirror them back to them, so you're not participating in the chaos. You be the interruption. You be the turning point. You be the one that stops the pattern from going any further, and that is the best gift you can give your kids, even if they don't see it, because that is powerful. So I hope that helped you today. I'll see you in the next episode. God bless.